Hey world, today we're going to tackle on the topic what successful people do. This is we introduced part 6 on our last topic, which was part 6 on refining our knowledge. And so today we're going to tackle on the topic what successful people do, and um, who is a successful person. A successful person is different upon according to how you think a successful person is actually different with how another person thinks a successful person is. And so um, successful person is different in different occasions. And for now, we're going to tackle on what successful people do and what that person whom you think is successful is doing for him or her to get to, and for you to get to take him or her as a successful person. There are many things that he or she does in her life or his life. And so yeah, we're going to tackle on that, and because each and every one of us wants to be a successful person, so we can do these things and at the end of the day get to be a successful person ourselves and stop admiring and be a successful person by ourselves. And so the first thing that successful people do in their lives is that they believe in themselves, and own their mistakes without compromise. You see, whenever you believe in yourself and own your mistakes and without compromise and just own it and be like, it's me. Because when you fail in life and you start um, compromising and saying, oh, so because this one did this and this, so I failed in life. So these are things that makes us not a successful person in our lives. And so whatever we have to do is to believe in ourselves and to own our mistakes whenever we have did a mistake, and actually just try to correct the mistake and go on in life. And the other thing that they do is that they do things for themselves. You see, you do things for themselves and not for someone else. Whenever you're doing something, you just do it believing that I am doing this thing for myself. Okay, so whenever you're saying the truth, whenever you are using your gift or your talent to serve others, do it not as if you're doing for others, but do it as if you're doing for yourself, because you eventually want to do the best for yourself. And so you are going to perform it and produce the best of you, because you are doing knowing that I'm doing it for myself. And the other thing that a successful person do in their lives is that they love themselves. You see, they have that self-love and care. And so you will always know, or actually just come to know, that they never neglect their skin or whatever they eat is just something that is healthy, and it's what actually just reflects self-love and care. And so that's what they do in their lives. That's why they are successful people, and that's why you call them a successful person. Otherwise, everyone can be a successful person whenever we just get to do these things at ourselves also. And so another thing is that when you just come and see them, in most of their lives they are so friendly, and so by being friendly they learn a lot. And because they do not neglect a person or abandon others, because they love everyone, and they just they are actually just friendly people in life. And that's why they get to learn and to grow in their lives, and yeah, and learn many new things in their lives. And so whatever we have to do in our lives is that we have to get friendly and just take everyone never for granted. Okay, and another thing is that they are most of the times you come and you find them that they are much humble. And whenever you are in a session or an occasion or whatever place, you will see them just being getting humble, and they are not they, most of the times they are not people who exalt themselves, but they humble themselves. That's why they are being exalted, and that's whatever we have to also do in our lives. Let's not always exalt our lives but ourselves, but let's humble ourselves and we will be successful in life. And another thing that they do is that they stay focused in any single moment. You see that moment that you take it for granted, that's when you get to fail in life, because you are taking something for granted. But for them, that's why they are successful people, is that they never take anything for granted. So they stay focused in any single moment, and whenever they get in their minds that they want to achieve something, they stay focused and ensure that they are achieving whatever they want in life. And another thing is that they claim it. You see, they work to achieve towards achieving it. Whenever they make something in their lives, they live in alignment to what they see themselves achieving, and not tomorrow but at present. You see, whenever they want to get to somewhere, or they want to get something in their lives, they live in alignment. They live in alignment to what they see themselves achieving, and not saying, okay, this one is tomorrow, this is when I achieve it, that's why I start dressing like this, when I achieve it, that's when I will start talking like this, or that's when I will start going to these places when I achieve this. But for them, they do it even before the thing happens, and that's why they reflect it and they stay focused at the end of the day. And so whatever we have to do is to hold our jaws high and walk as if we own the ground, no matter what the scene is. And we have to also speak of what we want to achieve as if we already have it, and it is because it is faith, and eventually, which at the end of the day builds reality. And yeah, so I know some will consider you arrogant, and but somewhat they don't have a clear understanding about its power. But understanding that you are where you are is you and not someone else is far much important, and not focusing to outdo someone else, but just to produce the best of you at the end of the day. And yeah, that's what they do. And so for us to get to this point again, because we are in another chapter, and the successful people, they seem to be in another chapter. So for us to get into this chapter in life, we have to change the past of us. And so what do we have to do in order for us to change the past of ourselves? So whatever we have to do is that we have to realize that we have equal chances to being what we eventually admire in this life. And so LSD, meaning listen to your thoughts, and listen to your thoughts. Whatever thoughts comes into your life, into your mind, and you feel that something is telling you you can do this, and or whatever you're doing is bad, just listen to it. And after listening, stop thoughts that limit ideas. You see, that's thoughts that keeps telling you that you can't do, or whatever you are planning is weird, or and yet it is something that you really want in life. You have to stop that limiting idea, that those that limit your ideas. And another thing is that we have to declare our thoughts, you see, because real courage is from remembering that the positive side of yourself. It makes you walk and talk and think of possibilities at the end of the day. And so always know you are all complete without comment or a hand in my or a hand. It is much sure. And so anxiety, that is confusion, it brings about worries, and finally failure in failure. So be sure of your path before you set before you get on. And procrastinating again, this is the real devil of results. So stop procrastinating and take actions. Commitment is paramount at the end of the day. To be a successful person, you have to commit yourself, because we really have equal chances of being a successful person. But the real thing and the real secret on it is that we have to just commit ourselves, and don't only feel like doing it and leave it. When you feel like doing it, you have to do it. You see? And that's it. Yeah. Take actions, and yeah. We have to take actions at the end of the day. And so yeah, so today we just tackled this. And so yeah, we have to be present, and you should not be playing hide and seek with your ambitions. Be available and measure your attitude, and let perseverance be the will. So let's let perseverance be a will, and at the end of the day we will be successful person, and we will stop admiring and be the one being admired at the end of the day. And this is so cool at the end of the day, isn't it? So yeah, and that's what we've covered today. And so the next time, or actually the next session, we're going to cover much on virtues that keep our minds, or virtues to keep in mind as successful people. For at the end of the day, we've learned how a successful person lives and behaves. And so we are already successful people, because I hope and I just believe that we are going to do it all and be a successful person. And so we are going next time to talk on virtues to keep in mind as a successful person. Yeah. So see you and welcome again. This is Yator Mercy, and so this is Yator Mercy. So welcome and thank you for watching, and continue following for the Onis and on this series, and you will at the end come to say it really mattered in my life. So yeah.